and we need to also do a check if it's 3 numbers or more, but we're not going to do that now. What we're going to do is we're going to use a switch statement. Switch basically works as a switchboard, so you've got options. It would, press 1 for customer service, press 2 for sales, press 3 for technical support. So it works pretty much the same. So we've got different scenarios, different cases, and we're going to test for each case as we go through this. So what kind of switch, what we're checking for? So we're doing the show elements, and we know that we're checking for the first element in that array. What is it? Is it an add, subtract, multiply, divide? So we're going to refer to the first element, which is 0, and we're going to check the different cases that, possible cases. It could be case, it could be an add. So we're testing for that now. And if it is an add, what we want to do, we want to take the sum, we know it's an integer type, and we want to add num1, they said num2, num1 plus num2. Right, now we've done that, we want to see, well, is this particular equation, is it slightly longer than that? Could there be another operation next to this? Once we've added these two numbers, could it be a bit longer? Could it be 4 elements or 5? That kind of stuff. So we need to check for these things, see if it's actually greater than or less than. So if it's only 3, we're going to say if, right, show elements dot length, is it less than or equal to 3? Is that the only size that we're dealing with? And if so, view box, so the results view box, and then we want to append on the screen. Just going to format it slightly, so we're going to put a little space in the beginning, maybe say num1 dot. We have to convert it back to a string, so the way to do it is, like I said before, to string. And now what we do add the plus in C# as well as in Java. It's used for concatenating, so you're kind of like adding strings together, so you're making a long string out of a series of different strings or different data types. You can string them along. So that's what we're doing here. We're converting it into a string, and then we're adding something else. And what I want to do is I'll do a quotation, I'll put space plus, so I'm rewriting the formula now, and then concatenating again num2 to string, and then concatenating again, space, the equal symbol, and then plus, and then this time we're doing sum dot to string, and then finally we need a new line. So that is pretty much it if it only contains 2 numbers and 1 operator. But if it contains more than that, we need to deal with that as well. So if show elements dot length is greater than 3, that's what I meant to say. Sometimes I get confusing when you get confused when so many different options and different tests to test for. Yeah, so basically we're seeing now if it's actually greater than 3. If it's greater than 3, we need to deal with it in a different way. So if it's greater than 3, I'm going to open another bracket, and I'm going to say num3, and we're going to parse the num3 into an int dot parse show element. Now remember, it's not element 3, it will be element 4, because number 3 would be another operation or operator. So we're going to do another switch, so it's a switch in a switch, and that's when it gets tricky. And test for so many different brackets. So again, the same thing as before, we're doing different cases. So it's case, it's an add. If it was another add, then what are we going to do? We're going to say sum plus equals num3. So basically, if we've added those two before, we added 1 plus 2 or previously. So if it's another add next to it, we're just going to add number 3 to it.